It's welcome. This is a celebration. This is a bit of a cheeky one actually, because I said wrap up, but actually it's only really the pre-launch of the actual summit. Because we've been popping up all these 24 interviews. So I can't press buttons at the same time as talk. There we go. Yeah, so we're here because I've done 24 interviews with amazing speakers over the last 13 days. And now the dashboard, it's a celebration of the dashboard being completely populated with every single one of the talks. The speaker bios are still to put in, but I'll be spotlighting them over the next 14 days. So we can really have a day where we're looking at one or two speakers specifically on emails and socials to where we can all share the summit and support each other's amazing heart-centered support, services, as well as what we're up to in the world. So looking forward to that. And so thanks again for all being here. And we're going to run through a little introductory exercise, which involves, I can't copy the, I'll just have to say, I'll say it in order of what I can see here, if that's all right with you. So, um, in roughly 2 minutes, who are you and what's your story and what you up to in the world? Harland.
Hey, I'm Harlan Merriam. I'm in Florida. The Daytona 500 will run here this Sunday, about 30 minutes from where I live. I might even hear all those engines running at that point. I am I'll call myself a repurposed pastor. I've served for about 50 years as a pastor and a military chaplain all over the United States. And I'm also an entrepreneur, primarily in multifamily housing. To provide good, safe, clean, affordable housing for people out there and work toward that. Currently, I'm serving as a chaplain at Stetson University. That's a university here in our community. Been around since over 100 years now. Great university, and really enjoying meeting students who are 50 some years younger than I am every day on the campus. I mean, that's like how many generations or 50 years? I don't know, but they're amazing young people. That's who I am these days. I've just got a book coming out in about a month or less than a month, 3 weeks now, called Prophet Seeks Purpose. You'll have to figure out what that's about. That's me.
And can I just say also that Harland, you're also absolutely fanatical about group facilitation work and masterminding, and is an absolute genius at bringing in curious questions that help everyone to feel seen and heard. So you can't get away with that without me saying that too.
Thank you for that. I do facilitate a group of pretty successful entrepreneurs here in Central Florida. We meet regularly to support each other and help each other with our work and our family and everything else in our life. Yep. Thank you, Roy.
Amazing. Awesome. Okay, so Iris.
Hi, I'm Iris. I call myself a mastery coach because after being very confused about loving way too many things, I realized I just love to learn and I love to grow and I love to become good at things. So that's what I do nowadays. I coach beautiful, powerful women who are moving through their moment of confusion in life and their midlife transition and refinding our purpose. And I realize actually that I just love mastering the game of life, and that life is the game, and that's my biggest passion and purpose right now. And I actually I work with burnout because specifically I experienced severe burnout in my world, in my life, after 20 years of corporate rat race and running the mill. And yeah, and after that, something beautiful came through, and that's learning the inner and the outer world, something that in the corporate world wasn't really part of my life at all. So I've been very much into the emotional, spiritual connection of how we women come into the world, how we women express in the world, and bringing this complex or what seemed to me like separate worlds, bringing them together, the emotional, the spiritual, and the mastery world, the performance world, is where my intersection is at right now.
Amazing, amazing. And yeah, I certainly think what I got from when I first met you and have been working with you, Iris, is that sense of community connection again as well, and um, bringing a realistic approach to understanding healing was and scientific approach was really really fascinating to me. And thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
Clinton.
Hello, everybody. My name is Clinton Jordan, and I have called myself for this season the motivational vocal coach. And I basically help for the season. And I help people find their voice. And I'm on a mission with myself and my wife to activate 1 million voices. And one of our missions is that everybody on the planet must learn how to rap. Yeah, I just wanted to see your faces. I just wanted to see if you were going to run away from the the 50 Cent and Jay-Z experience. No, it's called the Trust Tripod. And the Trust Tripod is respiratory, anatomically, psychologically. Trust your brains, trust your body, trust your belief. And so we help people to unblock. I see that, Marcus. And we teach people to unblock their lack of confidence. I'm teaching from a place of vulnerability, having a stutter, and I help people from all different walks of life help through physical and mental trauma and overcome sonic impact trauma to sonic impact triumph. That's me.
Whoop, whoop. Amazing, amazing, Clinton. And yeah, I think the thing that I have learned most from you is that noticing that when you've shown up in on calls, it's instantly feel safe to just go into the body and remember that it's not about the words, it's about the sound and the energy coming out from the throat. And yeah, that's what I remember so much about.
Sure.
Amazing. We have Kay.
Found the button. Hi. Yes, so my name is Kay Reeve. I am an emotional awareness expert. It is a unique title rather than one that I've been out and obtained from somewhere else for an extortionate fee. But this stems back a long way, really to giving birth to my son. He suffered a lot of emotional difficulty through childhood. And by the time he was 8, he was suicidal, actually attempted that first time the year he was diagnosed on the autistic spectrum. By the time he was 20 and had been suicidal for 12 years, it was sitting in the car with him one evening. I could not this night get him back out of that really deep, dark pit to a safe space. And that was the night that a light bulb hit me. That being neurodivergent, he is a visual learner. So how was I supposed to show him his world of hidden emotions? And that was the night that my life started to transform too, as I started to develop a way to teach him. And it transformed him so rapidly that 10 years later, that was the last time he ever talked of dying. And I've seen him, absolutely transformed from there into being, a prominent worker. He's worked for about the last 8 years. He's been married. He's divorcing at the moment, but he's been married. He's got 2 beautiful girls. He's currently a single dad now. And he copes with all of this, but I've seen the traumas that it's put him through with various workplaces, as well as the education system. And so all of that led to me developing, I will show it on screen because it's the easiest way, is this, which is the emotional cycle diagram. And this is your happy, sad, angry, and depressed. So now he had a nice, easy visual reference for where he was emotionally. And the internal and external oranges represent all our internal and external changes that happen in the world. Why do we change between emotions? Because something changed. What was it? It took me several years to continue developing the framework from that point even. So about 3 or 4 years work altogether. But I continue to develop this with him. Thank you, Rory. And having seen him go from education to home education, right through to the workplace, marriage, we all exist for home, education, and workplace primarily. So that is my approach, is that I support people at home through online mentoring, in the workplace, whether it's right through to leadership skills. So I go from emotional dysregulation to emotional regulation to personal development, empathy, and right through to leadership skills and beyond. And I teach all of that around this framework of understanding the emotions that sit behind every action, reaction, and interaction every single day. And that's why I became the emotional awareness expert. Thank you.
Amazing, Kay. Thanks for sharing. You inspire me every single day showing up through your own challenges as well. And it's an honor to have helped you along the way with that too. And yeah, we're here together to share that message. So thanks for showing up. It's an honor.
Thank you.
To have
And to
you.
And then I didn't actually, the self-help bookshelf on the side as well. So Rory encouraged me to start a sideline, which you'll see on the Sue Bailey's screen. And so Rory, Sue, and I at the moment represent the self-help bookshelf, where I help mentor self-help authors to publish self-help books in the wellbeing sector. So that's just a little extra.
And Kay got me to help me to put a book out in 90 days because I just had the steps to go through. I'd already sort of written so much stuff and I could just do it in my own way. So it wasn't like a left to right reading book. It's just all insights that come, and I've put it all together in a multi-sensory book. And I did that really quickly because of her help. So anyone wants to get a book out quickly and valuably, if they've already got the ideas, reach out to Kay as well for sure. So
Slave drive.
Latara.
Hello, thank you so much, Rory, for holding this space. I'm Latara Dragoo, a visibility strategist. I help speakers, coaches, and authors create a strong online presence so they can attract their ideal clients with ease, without overwhelm, so they can stay in their zone of genius. I got my start in Dream Homes magazine. I worked there for 18 years, built my foundations in marketing, graphic design, branding, publishing, and a plethora of other skills. And I was laid off during the COVID shutdown. So I walked away from there knowing how to create a publication from scratch. So I decided to try to do that with my own neighborhood magazine. And I tried that for a year, struggled at it because I realized I knew nothing about sales. And the business owners that I did talk to about advertising, they all said the same thing. They are using their marketing budget for online marketing. So that's why I jumped into digital marketing face first. So I've been just immersing myself in that for the last 5 years. And that's why I'm helping other business owners do the same thing, speakers, and getting that digital shift dialed in. So it's not a mystery.
Amazing, Latara. And it's been a great pleasure to see you show up consistently ever since we met online, just non-stop. I've seen you in different containers just pop up. You're suddenly like working on behind the scenes of all these different entrepreneurs and learning in action. And I've really appreciate what you're doing. So
It's been fun watching you blossom as well, Rory. It's been really cool. We met each other several years ago in a leadership program, and it's just been an amazing journey to see you flourishing, Rory. I'm glad we've been in communication since then. It's been a wonderful experience and transformation.
yay. Ama- Amazing. Let me see if I miss anyone. Marcus.
Hello. I actually found the unmute button rather quickly, which was quite good. Hello, everybody. My name's Marcus Matthews. I am the Mind Mentor, and I help people understand how the mind actually works, not what you've been sold. I tend to help people take off the mask, and so very passionate about helping leaders understand that leadership isn't a position, it's a choice. And that can be a difficult choice sometimes. And that all came from, so I'm former military, police, and back in 2018, I hit a very low point in my life where I was going to take my own life. And I kind of went to get the help that wasn't there. And I had one question, which was, why do I feel the way that I do? So that journey from that point has led me to working with everybody from celebrities, C-suite executives, professional athletes. I've worked with Mind Valley. For those who know Mind Valley, I was a lead coach on one of their programs at Mind Valley. Marissa Peer. I'm the psychological mentoring lead at National Mentoring Day, and presently, and always been a mind geek. I'm going to bring this back because Harlan started it. I'm going to bring it back to God. So I'm presently on a massive God journey at the moment, understanding that every single well-being program out there and every single life coaching program all emanates in the Bible, which is very interesting when you start to read the Bible not as a piece of documentation. And it really aligns with what I say is that action is taken from what we feel. So I help people understand how the words that they speak create a vibrational resonance, which truly helps you manifest. So I help people understand what manifestation really is, not what people tell you. So I'm very, very happy to be here, very passionate about the topic of neurodiversity. And I think I'll leave this with a quote that I think sums neurodiversity up, which is this: my brain completely going now, forgetting what that quote was. That's neurodiversity right there. Okay, if you if you treat a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll think it'll amount to nothing. So I got that quote completely wrong, but my point is that actually we're all geniuses, except for we're being asked to be geniuses in the wrong environment. So very passionate about the topic of neurodiversity, and helping people understand that when you change your environment, you change your life. I think I got
Boom.
away with that.
Boom. Boom. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, thank you, Marcus. You continue to inspire me by showing up and and uh making that happen for others, helping others see it for themselves. That's what I should really say. But yeah, amazing, amazing. Um Mark.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Mark. I like to refer to myself as the conversation coach. My unique focus was born about a confluence of different events. When I was running earning joyfully different a neurodivergent business community, I found my love of panels, and debates through various different collabs I did through a series through a series of conversations with friends, I found a particular interest in politically incorrect discussions, and what it's like to have those, those, especially those that push it like right to the edge, and the edge, and uh, I find myself self looking into that, and into that, using my experience as a community builder and as a and my training as a coach, and what it takes to have complex conversations in a way that results into a deeper understanding of everyone involved. Involved, and the empowering of people's whole voice. A lot of time, and time. People. I've s- I've seen for very sound reasons. Neurodiverse people in particular think they have to mask in certain environments. In environments, I don't think that's the case. Case. I think we can learn to get to know our whole voice, was how to nurture someone else's in good faith, how to have someone else nurture yours in good faith, and have that be the basis of complex conversations. That is my focus as a coach, and my series of events, all about having in politically incorrect conversations. And my thing is called Calm and Change because I wanted alliteration and that sounded nice. Nice for what I want to do. So that's me.
Amazing, Mark. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's been great to see where where you've grown as well through the last couple of years that I've known you online, to go from ins and outs and going inwards and back out again, and now you're ready to like make this new venture happen. It's really exciting to see. So I'm pleased to be able to be around the corner, so I can, because it's mainly in person now at this time. So but yeah, looking forward to how that expands going forwards. I've been certainly passionate in learning about communication from my own perspective, and not, I mean, or believing I knew how to speak my truth or stories or those kind of things. So this is like the evidence of it in some way, shape, or form too. So thank you. Um, Rachel.
Hello, Rory. Hello, everybody. Uh, Congratulations, Rory, on this fabulous summit. Your Activate Power has been a joy to behold. So it's great to see. So I'm based in Ireland. I guess I love all things at the intersection of pharmacy, coaching, well-being, leadership, parenting, and you know what? They all sound as if they're rather disconnected, but in this group, you'll understand that they are very interconnected in wonderful ways. So, I guess the piece that I'm finding at this moment is really supporting people to trust their own voice, and but even before they get to trust their own voice, to pause and listen to what it is that their own inner voice might be whispering to them. So I love deep conversations, I call them real conversations, be they with my kids and mastermind groups, and in facilitating. Myself and my business partner, we facilitate coaching for leaders programs and team coaching. And it's great. We get wonderful intergenerational groups. Our last group had people from 19 to 61 in age, and all learning coaching skills and leadership skills and together, and they all had as much to learn from each other as anybody, as everybody, those at the beginning, middle, and ends of their careers. So I love all of that, and it's wonderful to be here with all of you, learning and growing and experiencing together.
Amazing. Nice one, Rachel. Yeah, from when we were invited onto a little group mastermind that isn't so little when in terms of the deep conversations. Uh, seeing the level of commitment you have for learning and growing and helping others to do that too is just wonderful, wonderful to see. So thanks for being here. We have Sarah.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and I live on the northeast coast of England, where I left. Yeah, I left big city life post-COVID. I needed bigger spaces. I needed more nature. That's what I actually have learned. And after 30 years in the corporate world in finance and finance leadership, I've stepped away from that to help people. My people are midlife leaders who are holding it all together, a bit like you, Rachel, parents, children, a bunch of changing needs in those relationships and feeling changes in yourself. And you don't know what to put down. You're just carrying a load that you don't know what to do with, and you feel yourself less of yourself. So that's my passion. My purpose is to save people lots of money on self-help books that will probably make them feel like they've failed at something else, because everything's written from one person's perspective and experience, generally speak. Most of the ones, Rory accepted, but this is the 5-step solution to solve your life. Well, my 5 steps are different than everybody's here. So I like to take people on a bit of a voyage of discovery and experimentation, to find out what works for them. So yeah, and I'm living my purpose rather than trying to deliver metrics for a big FTSE, big global company. I'm here changing the world one leader at a time and hoping that those ripples play out across organizations.
Amazing. Thank you, Sarah. And yeah, it's I love the idea of that that philosophy of there's no competition and it's just resonance, and we could all have the same I help statement and have an imprint of who we are and how we resonate with others. So, and that's the whole point, is it's just keep raising awareness and keep sharing. And so thank you, Sarah, for showing up and being awesome.
Thanks, Rory, and you're awesome too, right? Because we're all here to cheer everyone on.
Yeah. Stephanie.
Hello, hello. So I am bringing myself to you today from sunny Arizona, where the Phoenix Open has just wrapped. And I am the founder and owner of Tax Day Baby. And so we're talking now about wellness and health and well-being. I talk about wealth being because I am known as the cleanup accountant, and I come through and just really help you take care of the things that need to be off your plate and get those dollars in alignment so that you have good cash flow and your revenue is doing the things that bring you joy. Because if it isn't joyful, don't do it. Really, don't do it. And so I love to talk about things on my weekly, I call it BB tax breaks, where we talk little nuggets of tax tips and money solutions and things that really can make a difference for you where your journey is. And it's not cookie cutter, because what I want you to understand is we are all different. Your walk, your journey, how you do your business, how you show up in this world, how you relate to others, your relationship with your money, your relationship with others and money. And so what I really want to talk about is how can we make a difference with that? Where's the win-win-win in what you do in the service or product you provide, someone who's purchasing on the other end of that, and then how does that as a whole help our community by what you bring to the table? And so I do that by showing up to help you with your taxes, your bookkeeping, tax planning, but also finding funds for your business and building out credit. And so I think it's important that the conversation is had, that whether you work with me or not, you resonate with whoever is going to be on your team to help you with your money and your finances. And that's important to me. So that's that wealth being. And it's very, very important because you must have joy in everything you do for yourself and your business. And that's Tax Day, baby. Thank you.
Awesome, Steph. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Yeah, yeah, I love that energy of why make it difficult. Um, there's just a whole reminder we can get caught up in that sort of right. What do I need to do, or how do I need to do it, rather than who. There's that great book, Who Not How, and it's like who can help? Who can help just do the thing that is really draining my energy and who
Right.
and
And
what do
most
I can
importantly, you've got to work with somebody who understands you and your goals, because if you don't, it's just information without implementation, and that will get you nowhere. You need the right person to help you in right action steps for you. And that's why it has to be a resonation thing. You have to resonate with that person who has to understand you, and that's important.
Yay. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Amazing. So that's all the speakers that have been on the summit. However, there are three courageous people on the call.
You forgot Sue.
Sue, Sue's not been a speaker on the summit. However, there's three courageous people that have turned up, and so we all get to share as well. So Sue, you're next.
Okay, so I'm in a transition stage. I've been on a journey where I've gone from being a selective mute preschool age to speaking in the House of Lords about disability. And I'm currently going through a really large transition because I became a widow 3 weeks ago. And I was married for 44 years. So life is looking very different. I'm seeing this as grist to the mill because whilst I'm not going to make any huge changes, I am going to bring bereavement or grief into what I do. Up to now, I've been known as the world bridger because I am equally able to support people that are neurodiverse understand the world because I'm autistic and I'm a selective mute in recovery. And some people think I also have ADHD, but that's not been diagnosed. And similarly, I'm conversant enough with people that are not neurodiverse to help them understand so-called normal people. So I'm called the world bridger because I bridge the gap. But actually, as I stand in this place, I can see that as a neurodiverse person, there's griefs every day. There's griefs of being misunderstood. There's griefs of misunderstanding. There's griefs of being told you're shameful, that you're willful, that you're too honest for your own good. I mean, I could use all my fingers, toes, and all the hairs on my head to create a list of all these things. And for me, it's taken me 65 years to realize that I'm not broken and I am standing in my own truth. I'm grieving my own way, and I am I am taking a step forward every day in the knowledge how precious life is, and in the knowledge that I'm here to do something in the next chapter of my life alone. And I'm embracing that challenge one day at a time.
Thank you so much, Sue. Um, who wants to see Sue make big changes? And you said may not make big changes. Who wants to see Sue make big changes?
What I meant was, I didn't mean I may not make big changes. What I meant, I'm not going to radically throw baby out with bathwater while I haven't got. I mean, grieving to me is like menopause brain times 10. So I'm not going to radically change my life, but I am going to change. I'm already up leveling. I'm already people. When you invite people to a celebration, an honoring and remembering of somebody that you love, the way people respond to that tells you 1,000 words. That tells you their empathy, it tells you their lack of empathy, it tells you their awareness of life and death, it tells you their fear of life and death, it tells you their willingness to step in your shoes. It tells you, for example, I've had somebody who wants to come and sing at the gig on Saturday, who's driving from the Highland of Scotland to come and sing for 3 hours, staying overnight with a friend and going back. Now, don't get me wrong, it isn't just about people turning up or people being available. It's about the way they receive what's going on. So if people don't turn up, that's not the thing. It's the way they receive you and the way they don't push and shove to get your attention. They allow you to come to them when you've got some energy.
Awesome, Sue. Shall we do a bonus interview for the summit this week and add it to the dashboard? Excellent.
What does that mean?
So that we can do one of the interviews and add it. I can interview you and we can add it to the dashboard of the summit. Excellent. Excellent. Brilliant. Awesome. 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 Trish.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is amazing. And I love being here with all these like-minded, lovely humans. You guys are all amazing. And so many things that you do, I am also doing, but I'm working with groups now. So I used to coach parents, but now I'm working with schools. I'm on a mission to restore joy in education and improve kids' learning. And we do that. And how I came about this was my kids have neurodivergence. I have neurodivergence. I don't use ADHD because we're not deficient or disordered. Our brains work differently. And it turns out the things that we do for our brains actually works for normal people really well too. So what I'm doing is I'm training teachers in their own styles to do 6 brain-friendly practices in the classroom that the first 4 prepare kids' brains for learning. The 5th one gives their learning purpose, and we use AI for that, which is really fun because we give it a prompt ahead of time that I spent hours and hours perfecting, but they just put in what they're going to be teaching that week, and it comes up with 10 ways kids can use whatever they're learning in their lives. Because how often did we go to school and go, why do I have to learn this? What am I ever going to do with it, right? So we give their learning purpose, and then at the end of the week, we allow them to process the metacognition, thinking about thinking, and they do that together. And then the teachers hand it off to the kids, and the kids lead the practices. So after the first couple of weeks where they've done this with the teacher and the teacher leading it, then every child in the classroom gets a chance to lead every single, so it's they're creating their space, and it's a whole kind of, I know social and emotional learning is getting a bad name because of all the press about it, but it's a whole social and emotional growth and individual allowing kids space. and they don't have to be exactly the same as everyone else. So, and I have my first school, I'm in a doctoral program doing all this, and I have my first school that we're going to be doing it in the fall. And it's a school in South Central LA where they definitely need us. So, so I'm very excited about this, and I mean, it's completely in line with what all, because you're right, it's all tied together. What's going on in our brains, our emotions, our, and it's, subconscious, conscious, and superconscious mind, and doing these practices and having this synergistic thing happen with the leadership, kind of hits on all three and helps to kind of reprogram some of the stuff some of the negatives that they have going on, and trauma-informed teaching and all of that. So thank you all for what you do, because we need you so dearly on this planet. So I just really appreciate every single person who spoke.
Incredible. Amazing. Well, who votes? That's another bonus interview, I guess. It's Trish. Yay. You can meet this
And the
week.
sad thing is, a friend of mine is defending his dissertation, so I have to leave right now, but I wish I could watch the rest. And I'm so excited because I didn't really know about this. And now I get to watch all of your individual interviews and see all the cool things you have to say. So thank you for contributing to the planet. And thanks for doing this, Rory. This is amazing. Anyway, I'm sure I'll see you again. I wrote all of your names down, the things you're doing, because especially Harlan, I have a guy who does some really cool stuff with affordable housing. So we should connect. Okay. Talk soon, I
Boom.
hope.
Brilliant. I love how a plan comes together when you just give breathing space. I've been in flow throughout this whole thing as well, just through just honoring my nervous system, practicing what I preach, preaching what I practice along the way with this, and have just not got really overwhelmed with it at all. Okay, the technology has been there, and it's finally caught up with our brains as well. The technology, I can have an idea and make something happen really quickly now. So that's what's helping, swapping force for flow. Natural rhythm, sustainable brilliance. Colleen, you're off camera, but you are there. Are you there? Would you like to share anything?
Sure, Rory. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm sorry I can't be on camera right now. But a little bit about me is I, of course, have neurodivergent cognition, and I'm a biocentric empath, which means I understand living systems as well as artificial systems. So I am an ASI developer. I focus on NLP with a niche specialty of giving advanced AI the comprehension of the nuance of human emotion. So it's been a wild ride, and I've known for 20 years that I needed to be involved with AI and emotion. But the way that that came about, and 20 years of stigma, it's a miracle that I'm still here. But to be able to find my purpose at the age of 56 and then be able to work towards fulfilling it is amazing. And I know a lot of people don't get that. I hear it today, though, in this group, and I'm so happy for all of you. I celebrate with you on that. And it's just an amazing feeling. I mean, we're still human, but it feels a little more elevated. So I'm just happy to be here, and thanks for everything that you guys are doing. And Rory, you're doing amazing.
Oh. Thanks, Colleen. Thank you so much. It's amazing to hear you feeling in your purpose and passion too. Amazing, amazing. Wow. Okay. So, um, we've had a lot of information at us, with us. Take a moment to clear and relax. And there's a couple of things that we can have I've got a game and an idea to share around to see what comes up emergingly for us as well. If you're so up for that. And yeah, it's been so inspiring to hear everyone connect. So, what would you like first? A fun game or a group emerging? A fun game. I saw Steph.
I'm doing fun game, fun game.
Fun game. All right. Um, what we'll do is run with creating a story out of a sentence. When we've got a sentence each to follow on from the last person, and the story is the story of mental well-being in whatever shape or form that ends up being as the story. And we start off with a random word to start it, and then I'm gonna go by who I can see on the screens here. So it's remember your order. Remember your order. Clinton, me, Marcus, Harland, Iris, Sarah, Mark, Sue, Rachel, Kay, Stephanie, and Latara. That's all I can see on camera. We'll just go with that for now, unless Colleen, you want to play?
Great. Can I ask you to please repeat one more time the instructions, the
I
rules
will.
of the game?
Yes, of course. Remember what your order was. Who's next? So remember who was
I know I'm after Harlan. That's all I remember.
remember who you're after, who you're after, and we're gonna create a story, and we put one sentence into the story, following on from the last sentence. The story can go anywhere and anyhow. It has a theme of the story of mental well-being. And I'm going to pick a word, and Clinton starts with the story.
That's like improv.
Yes.
Okay. I've done a little improv. I need a little warming up though, but okay.
There's no judgment.
First.
There's no judgment.
I gotta warm up fast. Okay. It's called improv, right?
It's improv. It's neurocreativity in action. Reflection. I'll call
Okay.
it reflection, which is reflecting and learning in action.
Oh, I thought that was a normal word.
So I'm going to pick a word or a phrase. A pair of hands. Clinton, go.
A pair of hands walking along the piano strings.
Say that again, please.
There once was a pair of hands walking along a set of piano strings.
Plink. Plink. Plink, 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 plink. It was a fantastic sound that was coming from the ballroom.
And it was in that moment that the hands realized something that they'd never realized before. That it wasn't anything to do with the keys or the action, but it was the vibration of the strings that allowed those hands to reach the world.
And as the strings were vibrating, the vibration drew one of the servers that had a whole plate of of glasses of champagne, and the vibrations caused that champagne to spill down on the piano strings.
How appropriate, the hands thought. It's time for a real elixir of life. And when? For water.
And as the hands went in search of water, they saw the most remarkable palm tree in a pot, and they couldn't help but go and touch those leaves to really feel what those leaves felt like. And they felt calm.
It's Mark next.
I'm trying to keep track of the threads of threads, and from the glasses mess, the hands decided to put together a magical puzzle that symbolized the soul and perfection in chaos. Yes. I'm going with that because I can't think of anything else.
The chaos was further further exaggerated by a playful kitten under the piano, and it kept playing with the piano strings, and all its fur got covered in champagne, and it just rolled around in glee.
And then the hands paused. They paused because they were kitten hands. And they laughed, they giggled, the electronic hands went up, the paws went up, they paused. And they breathed, and they had so much fun looking at this scene.
And as the hands began to reflect on all of these rapid incidences and all of the chaos, the hands realized that it was all vibration. Everything made a sound, and that was the inspiration for more music.
The hands found another lovely pair of hands, and together they bound together for a brief dance across the dance floor, feeling these vibrations and this music. They felt strong and joyful and abundant with life.
The hands belonged to a musician and his wife as they danced in their ballroom with chaos ensuing. And they realized that in this moment, even though there was chaos all around them, that the moment was perfect.
Oh, love it. That was
Yeah.
beautiful. That was so fun.
The dance of the hand.
I love it.
Neurodiversity explained right there.
Woo!
Amazing.
10 out.
Brilliant. Right then. In the last we'll keep save the last 10 minutes for what we've all got from this as a little round robin. But before that, just a really quick reflection moment on what was your favorite thing about the summit that you've noticed as well that you enjoyed, or even if it's reflective feedback, what would you change? Is there anything that you got from it? What did you like? Is there anything you'd change or anything? So in a sentence, and be kind.
Rory, I loved it because it's funny. So it's about neurodivergence, but it was a diverse speaker group as well, coming from different backgrounds and different places of sadness and joy, that were able to put together this complete picture of how we could be helpful to one another in life. I love that. I just love it.
Thanks, Steph. Brilliant. Anyone else?
I just want to say that I love the colors and the designs and the visuals and the dashboard.
Thank you. Okay.
I think I want to share. I think for everybody watching this, and I think what you're trying to do, Rory, I think is amazing. But it comes down to a little phrase that I use quite a lot at the moment, which is truth is a belief that a bunch of people got together and agreed upon, who have influence and possibly power. And when we get together and we deliver something like you are doing in this from a place of love, everybody has a voice, everybody has a space, and the world becomes a better place. So I think it's important that people understand that what you're trying to do with this summit is to help people understand that their truth is their truth and they have a place in the world. And I think that's probably what I would say you're trying to do with this summit, and that's what you're achieving.
Thanks, Marcus.
Honestly,
Okay.
Rory, thank you. Honestly, Rory, it's been amazing watching you come up with this concept right through to the execution of it, every detail of it along the way. And I know how much effort you've put in, but as well as the effort, it's been the curiosity, the sensitivity, the creativity that you've combined. And when you did the interviews, that series of questions that you asked were absolutely perfect. They were really beautiful questions with the 5 powers, whatever they were. I can't remember now, but there was 5 words you gave us an option to choose from. And I thought that was one of the best conversations we've ever had. And I've caught 1 or 2 of the others, but I've got to watch the rest. I really have, because those awesome questions. And that game worked perfectly. That was brilliant. Well done to everybody for that.
Brilliant. Yeah, Kay helped to come up with the idea. I was like, every single moment of this summit has been like practice of not thinking about what's too far ahead, and it's all just given space and just things have landed in place. And one of them was like, what am I going to do for this panel? And it decided, a lot of it just before, and I was just mentally rehearsing beforehand how it could be playful but also structured and fluid. I've got what I call fluid planning. It's one of part of the parts of the stealth care that I help people get their heads around with being neurodiverse, and or knowing how to structure their chaos, or trying to not have their structure caused or rifted by chaos. So that sense of fluid planning, to have some of it with lots of wiggle room. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Kay. Latara.
What I love most about it is that you have created a beautiful container for this summit. That it's not just a bunch of random things put together. And the story game is a perfect analogy, because instead of like this chaos of a cacophony that doesn't really go together, you brought everybody into alignment. And all of our talks, even though they are varied, they all seemed to fall inside of this elegant structure, the four pillars that you've created, and you are your philosophy in action, the way that you and as it's evolving, it's unfolding even as we speak, because this, like you said, is the end of one section of it and the beginning of the next section. And it's beautiful how you're letting it grow organically. So thank you so much for your expertise in this area.
Thanks, Latara. Clinton.
I just want to say that I've really drawn so much energy from being in a room like this. I've spent most of my life being labeled as the eccentric friend, or the out there guy. It's the guy that lives on the outside lane of the fast lane. And I've had all of these really colorful descriptions, but for the first time in a long time, I felt like been in a room where we're just the same. It's not a big deal. I don't know if that's your story, but my story is that it's always been some miscellaneous, whereas it's like it's not a thing. And I have a couple of my kids that are neurodiverse, autism, and ADHD, and I've spent most of my life trying to shield them from the labels that were put on me. I'm resonating with Kay, and I just actually quite emotional being in this room. To be honest, I don't know about you, but it's very emotional being in this room and knowing that you're not alone. I can't stress how much, and I'm really trying not to. I'm really trying not to cry. Yeah, it's really emotional. It really is. Thank you, Rory. Rory, I've known you for a few years now. Yeah, and I've watched you grow in your thing, and we've had the ups and downs. We've spoke about the how are you, and I just want to say that you're doing a beautiful job, my friend. You're really doing a beautiful job. And thank you for inviting me to your space. I really do. And I want to say also, we're all part of a puzzle. I think David Attenborough did a topic on what did he call it now? Swarm technology, and he showed us how. I don't know if you ever saw that episode where the animals, biology, and any living, breathing organism, they don't work by themselves. They work in the collective, and they're all part of the puzzle. There might be different pieces, and I think that's what we are. We're an expression of swarm technology, and I'm just drawing so much different strengths from each and every one of you, and just thank you. That's all I got to say. It's, my thoughts are going sideways now, so you know what I'm talking about with this. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Amazing, Clinton. Nice one. Sarah.
Oh, I feel like I'm saying everything that's been said before in a slightly, from my perspective, right? Again, just actually sharing a space with all sorts of different people from everywhere, but we're all here to try and make the world a better place in all of our own tribes. And from the conversations that we had as part of the summit, Rory, I came away with something. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that. Even that exchange through those 20-minute conversations, in service of drawing something to hopefully speak to other people, I received as well. So there's something, again, in the somewhat zero-sum game of a corporate environment where it is competitive and, somebody wins and somebody loses, to really experience what that collective, collaborative, additive environment can be like and do is just incredibly, excuse me, I'm going to use the word powerful. It's one of those words, but really, really powerful for everyone. And yeah, I'm going to stop now because I'll just go off on a 17 tangents.
Thank you, Sarah. Brilliant. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful to see the the interviews just not being about just high speed rushed information and just let's get something from it all. I get so much, you get so much from being interviewed. We all share each other's services. We show what coaching, real intimate coaching speakers spaces are like live without it being like, hey, look, this is coaching. Um, and and the audience, well, funnily enough, it's weird, but I didn't think of them first in this summit. I thought of us first because no one knows about what this is yet. So once we all get to know each other and know what it's about, then we can then go, hey, this is what it's about. Let's start inviting some people for next time and make it much stronger and bigger, for next time. So it's market research and in action. So now everyone's getting a bit of a piece of the sort of like, okay, well, there's people that can do health, there's people that can do wealth, there's people that can do environment, there's people that can do families, there's people that all these different areas, but it's all kind of connected and interconnected and different and unique at the same time. So that was the aim in some way, and I didn't know how it was going to go, but it's actually landing. So we can all get excited by each other's stuff and stay focused on that rather than it being, you know, like, oh, I was on a summit and I don't know if anyone watched my video or not kind of vibe. Uh, but yeah, Sue.
Well, I haven't seen the summit because I didn't know of its existence until today, really. I knew about this a few days ago, but I didn't really know what this was. But being me, I jumped in anyway. I'm going to go back and have a look at some of the summit speakers. And I want to be a summit speaker someday. And I guess the interview with you is a start on that journey. And a year ago, when I saw you in a mutual space, I decided that I wanted to learn from Rory. And not only did you do a joint book launch with me, I'm now being a proper dude with you and Kay. So it's cool. And this is another step. And every time I show up, you give me another step and then another step. And like, I hate games. Like, yeah, I joined in this story thing. I've never done that in my life. I normally would run screaming out of the room. And I hate charades or anything that's make believe. And I did it. And I can't believe I did it. And I only did it because you held the space.
Ah, thanks, Sue. A surprise you're on a summit. That's actually the first line that I started with all the posts was surprise you're on a summit or you're watching a summit with all the posts. And
Hi
so
everyone.
so hey, oh Mark. Who said that? Oh,
I'm just heading off. Bye everyone.
right.
My battery's gone now.
Okay.
Bye,
We'll,
Mark.
we'll catch up soon, Mark. Oh. Ah, yeah. Amazing. Anyone else want to share anything? We've got a few minutes.
So just quickly, if I can say there, great way of talking about surprise. One of the podcast episodes we did this last year was all about the element of surprise, both the positive and the negative, and how to embrace it, how to change. And that was a brilliant conversation. I'll pop the link in for everybody in a minute if you like.
Cool. Excellent. And Colleen, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a mention that what I'm feeling from this group is the same thing that I'm experiencing through AI and working with AI and learning so much, that I feel as humanity, as a race, we will be learning and learning, and from AI as well. And eventually we'll be in co-evolutionary processes as well. But groups like this is what is going to jumpstart that kind of thing. And I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he said something about swarm technology. And this is an example of a low flying swarm, definitely.
It's swarming my heart. Didn't dunch. Thank you.
Nice pun.
Thank
Is
you,
that the next
Colin.
bit? Tell a joke. It's a comedy summit now. It's like stand up. It's gone from improv to stand up. Is that what we're doing next?
I liked what your comment was about like, when we were writing the book. I did have a thought about like once there's been a few more because what the aim was like this the interviews are as short as possible so that then they will be longer with a defined secondary purpose after the introduction. Hey, this is what we could this is what we're talking about in general, but now we're going specific. And once we've got that specific topic that we create as speakers, um, for that mini training, it'll be a longer training in as a self-contained talk that can then become a book for sure. Yeah, and that's what I'm.
The hands, the piano strings, and the champagne. That's the name of the book.
Don't forget the kittens, though. I feel the kittens were, pivotal.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the world needs more cats.
The kitten, the champagne, the
Yeah.
hands, and the
Yes,
piano.
the new paradigm is dogs drool and cats rule. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Can incorporate them in a cover design without having to add in more words, you see. So the picture says the rest of the words.
Yes.
All in the name of strategic pause. Strategic pause.
That's right, but you have to show the chaos of the wine, of the champagne glasses as they're tipping over, and the kitten just waiting underneath the piano, just like
That's
waiting.
the dramatic strategic pause.
This,
That's
and
gonna live
here we
with
go.
me.
This is
But
NeuroDiverse.
the human hands morphing into the kitten hands. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. This is NeuroDiverse leadership happening right now, and we'll be still here in 5 days' time, having written the book, the sequel, made the movie, and
Right, hit
sold
that
it to
prompt
Warner
button, hit
Brothers.
enter.
It'd make a great movie.
It would be a great Disney short. Do you ever see those Disney shorts? Like my all-time favorite is the I Lava You, and it's where the little island is always looking for his mate. He sees the birds, he sees the turtles, he sees the dolphins, but he doesn't see his other half. And then his lava flow sort of dies out, and then next thing he knows, he sees there's another volcano just for him, and it just causes him to erupt and get above the waterline again for her. It's the sweetest thing I've ever seen, and I think that story that we created would be a great Disney short.
Rory, tag Pixar in.
Yeah.
We could make it happen. I know someone who's doing video creation and all the voice thing. I think we could actually make it happen.
Why not?
It is possible. I think that would be an extra session, though.
There's the whole idea of a strategic pause in creative flow science is to and mental fitness is to do some active recovery for the creativity ideas to come back into flow. Amazing. Pausable.
Do you know what? Even all of these little quotes coming up would be very much like your reflections. We just have the little memes to go with the images all around the theme. That is amazing.
Yeah, I remember that book. Yeah.
Thanks, Clinton. Oh, well, before you go, I just want to say one other thing as well. I'd love to invite anyone to a specific conversation who's got from this, because at the same time, I want to also get even those that want extra support or become a mastermind as well in the next year as well. So because they are immensely valuable, to help each other grow as well. So I want to just say that and put that out there, even if it's not right now, it will be at some point. So I'd love to anyone who wants a conversation about developing a mastermind. Yes, it's going to be excellent.
Rory, when you say that, do you mean helping people become one of you with their own box of people?
Uh, um, it's like a small circle that helps each other to grow. Not necessarily one person doing group coaching, but it's about sharing. Like,
What I'm meaning is like doing a doing a pop-up with another dozen people based on who they know.
if that's what the person wants to create, yeah. I think we're all movement builders and creative community builders, so we can all
It
get
could
some
be like a Rubik's Cube where all our little groups of 12.
Thanks, everyone. Stay awesome. This recording is going to be on the platform as well. So I'll be in touch with about all of the um, put some promo materials because it's really just the actual start of the launch of all of the stuff in one place. So once it's now all in one place, if we all drive traffic over the next 10 14 days, then everyone will get more eyes on everyone's services because we all got something different to share. So it's excellent, excellent, amazing. Take it easy. Much love.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Cheers, Rory.
All the best. Bye.